Hello and welcome to Forward, a podcast all about finding small steps we can take in order to move in the direction of our dreams. I am your host, Lydia Morales. So whether you're running, stumbling, or crawling forward, I am here for you. We're going to figure it out together and do amazing things. Hello and welcome to today's episode. I can't believe that it's already September. I mean, where has the year gone? At this point, it's going to be New Year before we know it. But since we only have a couple of months left in the year, I really wanted to talk about morning routines today. And the reason for this is because I really want you to have an awesome last 4 months of the year. And I know how important it is to have a morning routine. And honestly, if you're feeling like you're falling behind on your goals for this year and whatnot, then a morning routine is an amazing way to ground you and just bring you back to focusing on what your goals are and really moving forward in the last 4 months that we have of the year. So that's why I really want to talk about a morning routine. And also, I just absolutely love this topic. If you're someone that has already gotten my Create Daily Joy course, then you know that there's a section in there where we really dive deep and help you create your morning routine and your night routine. But to start off, I really just want to focus on the morning routine today. And if you're someone that doesn't have one, you probably have a lot of questions like, is it good to have a morning routine? And why is this so important? So I'm here to answer some of those questions today and to really give you clarity as to what the whole point is for a morning routine. So let's get started. So first of all, if you're someone that starts their day feeling stressed, overwhelmed, anxious, stuck and just over it, like the first thing you want to do when you wake up is just hit the snooze button like 10 times, then a morning routine is really going to help you, because when we feel like that, it almost feels like we're drifting through our days and weeks doing the same things and we feel like we're getting nowhere. And this is why a morning routine is going to help you, because you're going to start feeling unstuck once you start having this habit of doing your morning routine every morning. So I'm going to give you an example of 2 scenarios. Scenario A is your alarm rings at 6 a.m. You hit the snooze button like 5 times. You wake up close to 7. Now you're rushing, jumping out of bed because you're going to be late for work. So you hurry up. You don't have breakfast. You just grab the first outfit that you can see, you rush out the door, you're stuck in traffic, you get to the office or wherever you work, and you realize that the first thing you did in the morning was to be stressed and overwhelmed and frustrated, and now you're at work grumpy and just very upset because your day already started off wrong. Like, it was already a bad morning. And then you just expect the rest of the day to be the same. You expect the day to just suck because, well, your morning sucked already, so it's just going to keep rolling, isn't it? And the crazy thing is that when we get up tomorrow, we do the same exact thing. We press the snooze button, we rush out the door, we get to work all grumpy. So that's the first scenario, and I am not a fan of that one because I would do that over and over again. And I did that for years because I didn't know a better way. I didn't know that how I set the tone for my morning is how the rest of my day is going to be. And it wasn't till I learned about morning routines that it really made a big difference. So I'm going to give you scenario B now. You wake up at 6 a.m. You don't hit the snooze button. You get up and you have a morning routine in place. So you meditate, you do some visualization, you write down your long-term goals, you read your affirmations, you write down the most important thing you need to get done that day, and then you read and have your favorite cup of coffee. Then you get ready and leave for work. And even though you get stuck in traffic, You're not angry, you're not upset, you're on time, and you just had a wonderful morning where you feel energized and focused and driven because you remembered what your goals are, and you're calm from the meditation, and you're hopeful for the future from the visualization you did that morning. And you get to work and you're ready to just conquer your day, and you're feeling happy, you're feeling well. And out of the two scenarios, I would rather have the B, because the morning routine just sets the tone for your day. And to have such a powerful morning like that, that is just going to amplify during your day, because you'll have the mindset that you are on track, that you are moving forward. And honestly, that is such a wonderful feeling, especially if you're feeling stuck right now and you feel like there's nothing you can do to move forward. Then a morning routine is going to be such a game changer for you. And I really encourage you to give it a shot, because it's going to make a huge difference in your life. And if you're like, okay, that sounds interesting. How do I create a morning routine? Do I Google this stuff? Like, what do I do now? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's actually very simple to create a morning routine. It's actually not complicated at all. And if you don't wish for it to take a very long time, then it doesn't have to. There are people who do a morning routine in 10 minutes, and anything helps and everything helps. So don't feel like you have to do one for 2 hours just to get that result. It really doesn't work that way. It has to work for you and your lifestyle. For me, I do my morning routine. It takes an hour, and that works for me, and that is what suits my lifestyle at the moment. And if you're also wondering, okay, but what is the most efficient morning routine for me, or what type of morning routine would work best? It honestly has everything to do with you and your lifestyle and your goals. So don't worry, I will help you create one right now. And by answering just 4 questions, you are going to be able to get started on this tomorrow morning if you wish. And I hope you do, because it's going to be amazing. So, the first question you have to answer is, at what time will you do your morning routine? Now, this is really important because it needs to be consistent and it needs to be realistic. For example, I wouldn't have my morning routine at 4 a.m. because there is no way you are making me get up at 4 a.m. to do meditation and visualization. That is just not gonna happen. I need my sleep. So whatever time works best for you, that's the time you should do it, and make sure you give yourself plenty of time so you're not rushing either. So write down, at what time will you wake up to do this morning routine? Now, the second question is, where will you do your morning routine? Because this needs to be an area where you'll be able to do it without interruption, and where you'll be able to focus and not get so distracted. So if you can do your morning routine in the bedroom, then that's fine. If you need to go to the living room or the dining room in order to do that, then just make sure you have clarity around where you will complete your morning routine. And the reason why this is important is because when you decide on the location, then it becomes a habit, and you just know that that's where you need to go in order to get your morning routine started. It just makes it easier, and it brings you kind of into focus. It's kind of like when you go to the gym, you're in that zone, you're in that same place, so you know instinctively that, okay, it's time to work out now. It's kind of the same idea. If you choose the same location every day for a morning routine, it gets you into that headspace of, okay, we're gonna do this. This is what's gonna happen. So write down the location of where you'll be doing your morning routine. And question 3 is, what activities will you do for your morning routine? And this is really the fun part, but just remember that the activities you do are meant to set the tone for your day, are meant to ground you, are meant to bring focus and clarity to your day, and to remind you of what your goals are and what you are trying to accomplish. So make sure your morning routine isn't have a beer and play video games. Like, that wouldn't be a very logical thing. And you also can't hit the snooze button 10 times for your morning routine. That's just cheating, and that is not the point of this. So get that out of your head right now, as tempting as it sounds. But it can still be a lot of fun deciding these activities. So think about what type of self-care things you enjoy doing, what type of things really bring you into focus. Because if you hate meditation, then I would not suggest for you to do something you hate first thing in the morning. That's just not gonna set the tone for your day if it's not something you enjoy. So don't force yourself to do things you hate just because it sounds good on paper. Things you can definitely try are yoga. You can repeat a mantra. You can watch an inspirational video on YouTube. Things that I do, like I mentioned earlier, is I meditate, visualize, I write out my long-term goals for the day. I read as well while I have my coffee, and I say my affirmations, and I also write down the most important thing I need to get done that day. So these activities are what works for me. They are what helps me stay focused and what reminds me of what I'm striving for. And they really help me feel unstuck when I do these activities. So that's why it works well for me. But you don't have to do the things that I'm doing. These are just examples. So if you need to Google activities to do for morning routine, go ahead and do so. But remember to make sure that it works for you and for what career you're in, and just what you love to do. Something that relaxes you as well. Definitely try to avoid stressful things in the morning. I mean, I would not have you reply to 50 emails as your first thing for your morning routine, but definitely try to add things that will propel you forward. And choosing the activities is a lot of fun, so definitely give it a try and figure out what works for you. You can always tweak it. This isn't set in stone. Do what works for you and your lifestyle, and make sure that it's enjoyable. Please don't do something that you hate, because then your day is just not gonna feel as great than if you were doing something you loved every single morning. And also, you can pick as many activities as you'd like, and whatever seems reasonable. You're not going to try and do 20 things first thing in the morning. I have 7 things that I do. You can pick 3, 4, 5, whatever you'd like, and whatever works best for you. So make sure you write down those activities. And the 4th question is, how long will you do each activity for? So this is where you get to decide. How are you going to break it down? How long of a morning routine do you actually want? And will you actually be willing to commit to? So if 30 minutes is what you'd like to commit to, then that's completely fine. How I said, everything and anything works. So make sure you break down the activities so that they fit into your 30-minute time slot. For example, if you have 3 activities that you'd like to do and you want a 30-minute morning routine, then you would just do each activity for the 10 minutes. So it's really easy. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. Just break those activities down to what will best fit for your schedule. And honestly, that is it. With you just answering those 4 simple questions, you have now created a morning routine that you can use starting tomorrow, I hope. So it's something that's really, really going to help you, not only with your mood and your well-being, but with you feeling that you're not stuck anymore, because you're going to be feeling like you're moving forward. And it's such a wonderful feeling. So I really hope you do give this a try and let me know how it works out for you. And if you need any help at all, feel free to reach out to me. This is one of my favorite topics because I feel that it makes such a big difference in our lives. And I would love to talk about it more with you. If you have any concerns, any questions, or you feel like you still need clarification on something, go ahead and reach out to me. I'm more than happy to answer your questions because I really want you to have a morning routine and I want you to feel amazing in the mornings. And hopefully, if you set this up now, by the time the new year comes, you are going to feel like you are so ahead and you're going to feel so proud of yourself for creating this and for sticking to it. And as always, thank you so much for listening. I really hope you found value in this episode, and make sure that you subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't already. That way you can get updates as to when a new episode airs, and you'll automatically get my Move Forward, the ultimate 30-day planner, so that you can achieve something amazing this month, because September has just started and you have plenty of time in order to work on your goals. So all the links will be in the show notes. Have a lovely day.